Greeting watchers one and all, it is the Watchful One here reporting live. Well, it would appear that the amazing video game known as Cuphead has pulled a Tony Skidoo and has managed to make it an animated series. But with the original game being such a love letter to golden age of animation, can the TV show be such an amazing love letter to golden animation as much as the TV show? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's take a look.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that voice for the whole video, trust me. But yeah, Cuphead the video game has an official TV show adaptation. And not only that, but I can safely say it's one of the better video game adaptations. Not only that, but I think just like the video game, in fact I'd argue more so, it is a love letter to the golden age of Rubberhose animation. So, how is the Cuphead show a love letter to the golden age of animation? Well, let's get watching and find out. So, I guess getting into it, one of the very first things I absolutely adore about this show is, of course, the animation. Like, holy shit, is this animation superb. It's honest to god so refreshing and neat to see something that pays homage to like the golden age Rubberhose animation. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cuphead definitely scratched that itch because it was paying homage to that stuff, but it wasn't a show, this is a show. And it commits very hard to the Rubberhose style animation. From what I understand, Rubberhose animation is basically a style of animation with characters who are meant to have no shoulders. Basically so that they can be fluid like a Rubberhose. And well, yeah, this is really fluid. Like every character moves like water through a river or, well, exactly like a Rubberhose. I mean, just look at the animation right here on King Dice alone, like that is so fluid, like damn. And it's not just the one moments or big moments of animation, mind you. No, the whole series has fluid animation. There's certainly a fair bit of static characters in the crowd shots, mind you, but I'm more forgiving of that because it's a lot of characters. Whenever they're focusing on something, be it a character or even say multiple characters or even just a spinning rotating object, the animation really does try to be as fluid as absolutely possible. Me and Season originally thought that this was animated on like Flash or Toon Boom or something, but no, it was apparently made on an original software known as Harmony Animation. Not only that, but it was hand-drawn, as everything was at least hand-drawn in some way. Like that is honest to god impressive, and I love that hand-drawn animation is a thing on Netflix. Granted, it's hand-drawn animation that's digitally like colored and rendered and stuff, but still. That's not even the only thing, as they actually use a lot of tricks of the trade from Golden Age animation. Like for example, on more than one occasion I've seen backgrounds that were just literally models. Like these scenes in the graveyard episode or this turnaround shot with the devil. I love that it's basically using modern technology and conventions but mixing it with old style animation and tricks to basically give us everything we love about the golden age of animation without any of the downsides or how expensive it got. And it's not just in the animation techniques that they pay homage, there were more than a few things that I noticed that were kind of references to old style animation shows. Like, I saw a character that looked like Felix the Cat a little bit. Of course, every pig character looks very much like a golden age animation pig. I also love how insanely retro a lot of the old technology here is. Like, there's old-timey phones and old radio, and movies are a new thing. Another big example is King Dice gives me big Cab Calloway energy. And yeah, there is a reference to spooky, scary skeletons, but also not really because Disney's very protective. And that's just a few of the references. I honestly don't want to spoil them all. I would say go through this and watch it. And here's the crazy thing, you're not wasting much time at all, as these episodes are actually very short. Like, I really have to feel like that was an intentional choice, considering it's meant to homage like old school shorts of animation. Like the kind that would play before like a feature presentation in a movie. Just meant to be small little episodic things with minor serialization to it. And I'm completely okay with that. I love that it can be a nice little distraction to put on before you actually watch something on Netflix. In fact, honest to god, I think Netflix should put these before some of their movies. I think that'd be fun. Now, I have heard some people criticize that there isn't really a plot to speak of in this series. And my counter argument is, have you seen a Golden Age cartoon? Like, the Golden Age cartoons had no plot. Steamboat Willie was literally nothing. And that's not a criticism, mind you. I'm just saying, a lot of Golden Age animation was literally just that animation with minor story elements. And honestly, even then, I'd still argue there's still the overarching story of the devil needing Cuphead's soul. Like, there's still some modern conventions like an overarching story, and yet it still keeps the serialized feel of those old school animations. Although, if I'm being totally honest, the episodes that have nothing to do with the overarching story are probably my least favorites. Like, no joke, all of my least favorite episodes have nothing to do with the overarching story, and some of my favorites are the ones that deal with the devil. Though in the interest of fairness, I did like the one where they went on an adventure, and I did like the one where they went through the graveyard. Those weren't connected to the story, and yet they were really good. So it's not like it doesn't work, it's just that, I don't know, the stuff that's connected to the story are probably the best episodes. But honestly, even Cuphead at its absolute worst still made me laugh my ass off. Like, that's another main thing I love about this show. It is genuinely hilarious. Both me and Season were watching this, and we both laughed out loud several times while watching this show. And we didn't even get halfway through, and yet we were kind of in love with the humor. A large part of the humor is that it's a perfect mixture of both regular conventional humor from modern days, as well as some more Rubberhose era animation, much more heavy on dialogue more than anything. And what's great is that none of them feel out of place. Like, it's not like one humor feels out of place with the other and vice versa. They both fit in extremely well with the Rubberhose animation, even the modern day humor. Another thing that helps a lot is the voice acting, which also kind of invokes old style voice acting. I mean, Cuphead and Mugman, yeah, those are given, but I already mentioned King Dice and heck, even the Devil, they all invoke old-timey animation voices. I especially love Minion's voice. He especially invokes old-timey animation voice. Same goes for Lady Chalice, who is an absolute delight and I love her. Not to mention the last thing I like is I liked all the callbacks to the game. I mean, the fact that it's set on the Inkwell Isle, you can see Cala Maria in the intro, the two bullfrogs who end up fighting, of course Lady Chalice as well, and even that freaking Hydra. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, seeing all these bosses kinda gave me PTSD to the game, but they're still welcome. Now, is there anything I didn't care for in this show? Well, I wouldn't say there's anything I outright hate, but I do have a few minor complaints. For one thing, like I already mentioned, there's a few episodes I don't really care for. Like that baby episode was just weird. There's also the one where Elder Kettle thought they were gonna kill him. That one frustrated me a little bit, but the comedy made up for it. I also really wish Lady Chalice and King Dice got more screen time. And also, I really hate that it ends on a to be continued. Guys, you're on Netflix, the studio that's notorious for canceling projects if they're not an immediate success. I'm just saying, I hope to God they promise you a season 2. But other than that, I can't be too mad because I just love that this show is just a love letter to Golden Age animation. It's just refreshing to see something that uses all the conventions and amazement of Golden Age Rubberhose. There's no denying that animation would not be where it is today without it. And it's great to have a show that isn't just a Rubberhose animated TV show, but is a golden love letter to that style of animation as well. I honestly God can't praise Cuphead enough, please go watch it. If you're skeptical because of what the critics are saying, don't listen to them. It's honestly got one of the funniest cartoons I've ever watched, trust me on that. Maybe the overarching story could have been better, but I don't care, I'm fine with it being episodic. Not to mention each episode's less than half an hour long, some are as little as 15 minutes long. So you're literally wasting nothing more than half an afternoon watching these. So watch it, I'm giving it my seal of approval, go support this show. And that's all I gotta say, thank you so much for watching this quick little video. I promise you I have a much longer, bigger video coming out about Arceus soon, hopefully. By the time this video comes out, I'm still going through Arceus trying to 100% it, so be sure to follow me on Twitch. The link to my Twitch channel is right up here on screen or down below. And if you're a newcomer who stumbled upon this video and you really like what you see, then be sure to hit the subscribe button. And whether you're old or new, please hit the like button as it pushes it through the algorithm. And of course, if you really like my content, you can support me monetarily through either Patreon or buying a piece of my merch, like this awesome Heartprint Cthulhu, courtesy of Crimson Glow Productions. You'll be supporting both of us at the same time if you buy one of these. And then of course there's the Patreon if you want to support me more long term. No matter what you choose to do now that the video's over, thank you so much for watching. But now I gotta get back to doing that Arceus video, so I'ma tune out. I'm the Watchful one saying keep on watching, and I'll see you guys next time.